It's no question that LeBron James has created a name for himself in the NBA. Even this week, he was added to the NBA Top 75 list and is debated with MJ for the title of greatest of all time. After winning 2 rings in Miami and 1 with Cleveland, LeBron James signed with the Los Angeles Lakers. With LeBron's elite status, it's sensible to infer that the Lakers will do anything they can to keep him on the team, meaning LeBron basically holds the Lakers front office hostage and allows him to make all the moves. However, is this really the best thing for the franchise? Let's talk about it. The Lakers have been talked about like crazy the last couple months after going 0-6 in preseason and 2-2 to start the season. Most people are quick to point the finger at Russell Westbrook, pointing out the issue with spacing and his turnovers. However, I think the issue is much more broad than this single player. You see, the problem is LeBron's role on the Lakers. As we discussed before, LeBron James has the reputation for being able to single-handedly carry a team. While being able to call the shots, he's received nicknames like Le Coach or Le GM. With LeBron getting higher in age this season, he decided to go and recruit other players in attempts to acquire another ring with some help. However, the problem occurs when looking at who he acquired. The Lakers roster has 4 people from the NBA's recent top 25 list, as well as other notable names like Dwight Howard and Trevor Ariza. Each of these names also have the same issue. They each come from a team where they were the top dog, the number 1 option, the go-to, the clutch player. While Anthony Davis quickly fell in line behind LeBron after coming from New Orleans, it seems the others are, well, struggling. Carmelo is lifelong friends with LeBron, but at the same time, he's Melo. Pick a year. Carmelo was putting up numbers no matter what team he played for. Now he comes to LA. And now that same man he used to link with is competing with him for stats, creating moments like this.
His length at the defensive end, being able to switch positions.
Toscano Anderson with the 3. And the rebound by Carmelo Anthony, the Warriors.
We've already learned from experience that lifelong friends don't always make the adjustments to each other. Speaking of Russ, he's probably who you want me to talk about most. Russell Westbrook has always had issues adjusting to other players. In OKC, KD decided to leave after not liking the position of playing off Westbrook. Then, Russell Westbrook met up again with Harden. After not liking the fit with the Rockets organization, Russ requests a trade again. This time to the Wizards. Unfortunately, he still was struggling with Bradley Beal, who had built a name for himself in Washington. Fast forward another year, and Westbrook breaks the triple-double record and goes to the Lakers, where he's under the watchful eye of LeBron James, the man only 4 positions down from him on that same record. After averaging nearly 4 turnovers a game and losing the first game of the season, a reporter asked how LeBron felt about Russ's performance. His only response, "We talked." Then you have other players that have issues with each other, like Dwight Howard. Him and Anthony Davis got into it the other night with an unknown cause, but many suspect it is over them playing similar positions and arguing who is more dominant. While AD was on the top 75 list, Dwight Howard is an older vet with 3 Defensive Player of the Years and is argued to be on that top 75 list over AD. Dwight Howard also again came from a team where he was the most dominant, from the Orlando Magic. As stated before, all these players, while coming from teams where they were the first, must fall behind the current face of the league, LeBron James. So if every player in their mind is the top dog, then who plays the most important role? Well, that would be a coach's job to determine and distribute the responsibilities accordingly. However, as we discussed with LeBron's status, he plays the role of coach. But even if he didn't, the Lakers don't have the right coach. The Lakers coach right now is Frank Vogel. Let's look at the teams he's coached. How many of the names do you recognize out of these rosters? 1, 2, maybe a handful? My point is, Frank Vogel does not have the means to coach this level of star power. But that was never an issue before because LeBron did his job for him. However, the time has come to tell LeBron to sit down and take a break. Make rotations that fit each player. This is a job that Frank Vogel, and honestly many coaches, simply cannot do. That is the problem. And now with LeBron's injury, Westbrook put up great numbers to get a win against the San Antonio Spurs. And now NBA commentators are telling you the obvious. With Michael Wilbon stating Russell Westbrook needs more minutes without LeBron, and Max Kellerman saying Russ's stats without LeBron are better than with him. This was obvious. We knew this. But how can it be fixed? As stated before, the only thing to do is to get a coach that can do rotations and know how to tell all-stars to stay on the bench. This is not an easy task. The only person still coaching that has coached this level of star power is Greg Popovich, being in the top 5 for most all-stars coached, with the other 4 unfortunately having passed away or retired. However, Greg Popovich is also the man known for hating both LeBron and the Lakers. Without the right coaching, this Lakers team is destined to fail. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they figure it out and go far in the playoffs this year. But me personally, I have my doubts.